ABC Kinderteach presents When It Starts to Snow, written by Phyllis Gershator, illustrated by Martin Matchey. What if it starts to snow? What do you do? Where do you go? Where do I go? I guess I probably would go back to my house. What would you do?
I creep into the house,
says the mouse. Cold winds blow when it starts to snow. There's the mouse right there. Now that's a very special mouse hole, isn't it? I sit by the window, says the cat. Big eyes glow when it starts to snow. I wonder if the cat is thinking that maybe a mouse will try to get into the house when it starts to snow, so it might be excited.
I keep watch,
says the shiny black crow when it starts to snow.
Caw, caw, caw. I look for seeds,
says the sparrow.
Peck, peck, peck,
when it starts to snow. And that's what a crow looks like. What if it starts to snow? What do you do? Where do you go?
We fly south,
say the geese, all in a row when it starts to snow. Honk, honk, honk. I build a lodge, says the beaver. The work is slow. Chop, chop, chop when it starts to snow. The water is chilly, says the fish. It's best to lie low, which means stay near the bottom. Swish, shh, shh, when it starts to snow. And that is a beaver lodge. So the beaver lives there. And if you really saw what was underneath it, you would see that there's a place where the beaver can live and swim into and swim out of.
I go in the barn,
says the pig, if it's too cold to hoe when it starts to snow. So when it's too cold to hoe, I think it means that the pig is not able to dig around in the ground.
Oink, oink, oink.
I wait for the farmer, says the cow. He's coming, I know. Moo, 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 when it starts to snow. What if it starts to snow? What do you do? Where do you go?
I hide my eggs, says the hen, so the chicks can grow.
Cluck, 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 when it starts to snow.
I fly high up, says the rooster, listen to me crow.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, when it starts to snow.
I stay here,
says the worm. It's warm down below. Wiggle dig dig when it starts to snow. There's that little worm right there. What if it starts to snow? What do you do? Where do you go?
I wear a new coat,
says the stoat.
A king from head to toe.
white winter fur when it starts to snow. And there's the stoat. And this is what one really looks like. It looks like maybe a bit like a ferret almost.
I follow the turtle, says the frog. Down into the mud I go.
Beep, peep, peep when it starts to snow. I look for a place, says the deer, where the moss and grasses grow. Leap, leap, run when it starts to snow. And that's what moss looks like. I dive down the hill, says the otter.
I go with the flow.
Slip, slip, slide when it starts to snow. Look, says the black bear, the snow is deep. Hurry, scurry, time to sleep. And that's what an otter looks like. It looks like everybody disappeared in this picture. But look at, there's a boy right there. Bat in a cave, snake in a rock pile, raccoon in a log, squirrel in a hollow, and there's a hollow which is just a hollow part in a tree, mole in a tunnel, rabbit in a hole, wolf in a den, chipmunk in a burrow, which is like a den. And that is what a mole looks like. Snow on the roof, snow on the ground, brand new snow coming down, coming down. I can't sleep when the snow wants to play. 3 cheers for snow, hip, hip, hooray. He seems to be pretty happy about the snow.